Who do we got here today? We got Jacob. Jacob, my friend, how are you? My cat says, one of my cats says hello. All right. Give me a second, guys. I explained the routine yesterday, actually the last couple days. What I like to do. I start my, um, sorry. I start my live stream off. Before I start my live stream, I do just a little bit of breath work. I do the um, 3-part yogic breath. I explained that yesterday. Fill the belly up with air. You expand into the rib cage, all the way up into the um, clavicles, and then you reverse. And I do that a couple times. Just helps me get centered. How you doing, Jacob? Missed your live stream this morning, my friend. I apologize. And then we do simple prayer. I'm just asking to basically get out of my own way. Jacob says, it's all good, my brother. I'm doing good. How about you? Doing good, Jacob. No complaints. I'm going to, I like checking around and see who's live right when we start the live stream. And I see right off the bat that our good friend, our good friend, Mir, is doing a live stream right now. So, this is what we do. This is how I do it. This is how I start my live stream. It's a practice. Everything's a practice. Again, I do the breath work. I say that little prayer, just trying to get out of my way, my own way, so that I don't come in here and speak only and always directly from the ego. That maybe we can sort of have this place as an opportunity to extend kindness, compassion, and love. And then I end it with the Om Shanti salutation. Om, and then Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om is the sound of creation itself. Shanti is Sanskrit for peace. I like doing that because it sets the tone. Hey, Tandra. It sets the tone for what we're trying to do, which is be compassionate, be kind, and offer love. And I'm going to talk about that some more. That's why I titled today's topic, Kindness, Let's Be Kind. Weird, because I generally don't have a topic. Even if I come in thinking with a topic, I never stick to a topic. It is whatever happens, whatever we talk about. How are you, Tandra? Nice to see you, my friend. So, after I do that, after I do the Om Shanti, I go on YouTube as I'm getting ready to do a live stream, and I want to look around to see who is live, so we can share them out. I mentioned this before. I don't mind if you guys go and hang out with someone else. Even during this live stream, do so. I'll be here. You can always come back. Our friend Mir has supported so many people. If you get the opportunity to say hi to Mir, to share him out, to hit the thumbs up, do so. So he's live right now. So we're going to share him out. And we're going to let him know that we stopped by. And then we're going to continue our search just to see if any of our friends, if you've been here once, and if you let me know that you were here once, you're a friend. So that means you get full support. No such thing as half support. No such thing as I'll support you just a little bit. We like to think in terms of I'll support you if you support me. That doesn't work. Doesn't work. What anyone else ever does is no concern of yours or mine. What we do, that's what we have concern about. That's the only thing that we can actually do. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. Let's see. Hey, Jace. Jace says, Eric, Jacob, Daisy, and Tandra. Tandra, my friend, how are you? I think I said that. Daisy, how are you, Daisy? You're another one. I missed your live stream this morning, and I apologize. I know what you're going to say. It's okay. Don't worry about it, because you're a very kind person. However, I feel bad that I missed your live stream for two reasons. I'd like to support you. Two, I love your live streams. It's the same what I say to Tandra and Jacob as well. So when I apologize, it's not saying, you know, I feel bad because I did this. I apologize, one, to myself. I did myself a disservice. I didn't get a chance to spend time with people I love listening to. Let's see. Gabe loves cats. And ending Echoes. Is that Echoes 93? My first name is. Give me a second. Let me share out Mir. Let him know that we're here. Let him know that I'm here. And then I'll get caught up with the chat. I apologize. Also, feel free to drop your links. Feel free to drop your links if you're going live. You know, it's all good, guys. So, all right. Ending Echoes. My first time here. What is this channel about? It's a good question. I don't know what it's about. What would you like to make, if you're still here, what would you like to make it about? It's about something different every time we come in. The general themes: kindness, compassion, and love. That's it. And then we got interesting forays into wombats and various types of shellfish. Sometimes burpees. What else? We don't talk about politics. We skirt around the issue on occasion if someone brings it in. You know why? Because we're not going to solve any political issues. I'll be completely honest with you. At this point in my life, I don't care who you vote for. Don't care. I know who I'm going to vote for. I know who I support. I know why I support them. My politics are the politics of kindness, the politics of love. That anything outside of that, zero interest. Zero interest in me. Because here's why. If your politics are politics of kindness, everyone's going to be taken care of. Everything's going to be taken care of. No exceptions. No exceptions. That might be the theme for today. No exceptions. When you say be kind to everyone, there's never a except this person, except this neighbor, because they have an opposing political party sign on the front lawn. Be kind to everyone. No exceptions. Feed everyone. No exception. Hey, Mir, how are you, my friend? Gabe has said, love sound script. Parent, don't know what any of that means. But welcome. You know why? Because Gabe loves cats. Anyone who loves cats, or dogs, or gerbils, hamsters, guinea pigs. I love mice, but I'll tell you what, I prefer to love mice from a distance. I lived in a farmhouse as a teenager for a while. And I would wake up. This was my cousin's house. She had a veal farm. Left a permanent scar on my psyche working there. Loved my cousin, loved where I was living. But that was tough. That was emotionally tough. Hey, Miss Flipper. Miss Flipper says, I do not know what a wombat is. I could Google it, sure. but I like the mystery. Well, there you go. The mystery of the wombat. Dark and secretive. No one truly knows what a wombat is. You know, we could take a Taoist approach. The wombat can be told is not the true wombat. Wombats are but symbols of symbols, twice removed. And Gecko says, you had me at wombats. Um, I appreciate that. You also made me laugh, my friend. You and Miss Blipper made me laugh. Let's see. Hey, Sir Yogi, and beautiful people there. Hello, my friend Mir. Hello, our friend Mir. So anyway, I would wake up in the middle of the night, living in this farmhouse, with a mouse sitting on my chest, just looking me in the eye, like, what are you doing in my bed? As well, I spent a lot of time hiking on the Appalachian Trail, and if you've ever spent the night in an Appalachian Trail shelter, you will be, you'll basically become some type of living ground housing opportunity for every mouse existing in the entire Appalachian mountain chain. Unpleasant. But I still love mice, just from a distance. So, as always, I started saying things. I don't remember the beginning of this conversation. Why was I saying any of that? I don't know. If anyone remembers the beginning of the conversation, you can remind me, and maybe we can get back on track. In the meantime, this morning, I mentioned before that, I take a very intuitive approach these days to my... Hey, Nightmare. Oh, the poll. Thank you. So we got a poll. We're going to have a poll. All right, as you know, as some of you might know, our friend Nightmare as well as Runnerboy, for whatever weird reason, they think crabs are a superior species to nearly everything. They certainly thought crabs were an inferior, superior species to oysters, which is ridiculous. Why would anyone think that? Don't know. They're my friends. I put up with them. So we took a poll. People voted on it. Believe it or not, they voted for crabs. A couple weeks ago, Mocha, some of you are familiar with Mocha, she entered wombats into the conversation. I don't remember why, except for the fact that Mocha, who's been with me for 23 years, I was going to say for better for worse, but on her end, it's mostly been for the worse. On my end, it's been nothing but better. She knows me, and if she entered the... Hey, be confident. She knew if she entered the word wombat into the conversation, that I would take it and run with it forever, literally forever. So if I still have a live stream 20 years from now, I will still be talking about wombats. I don't know why. It's God's private mystery. And somehow everyone else took it and ran with it too. This is why I love you guys. And then we had a poll. Well, we had another poll. Another odd thing about you guys, it seems that you love Skittles more than M&Ms. Absolutely ridiculous. So Skittles beat M&Ms. Then we started thinking, because we're a creative group, what would happen if we pitted, what was it? I'm definitely losing track of the conversation. Crabs versus Skittles, right? Was it crabs versus Skittles? No, it was crabs versus wombats, and crabs won. So now we have the next battle. The next battle of the ridiculousness is, what was it? Nightmare? It was Skittles versus crabs. This will decide. I'll tell you, I have never won a poll. I was rooting for M&Ms, but Skittles won. Crabs are definitely not a superior species to anything, let alone a Skittle. So I got to go with Skittles here. but I've never, anything that I've said is my favorite has never won. I've never won a poll on my own live stream. So we will see. Is today the day that Skittles take a fall? Or, I mean, sorry, crabs take a fall. And there we go. Vote away. Be confident, my friend. How are you? Confident says, I left a comment on your first video and live stream and commented the same thing on both, which I said, the birth of a legend. Well, thank you, my friend. After the live stream, I'm going to check out my dashboard and any comments on any videos, so I will be sure to leave a reply. I appreciate hearing that. A legend is a bit of a stretch, by a lot. But hey, you were too kind, my friend. Jacob says, Brother Mr. Yogi is a legend for sure. Well, thank you for that, Jacob. Coming from Jacob, if you guys watched him work out, that's a huge compliment. Confident says, I watched the replay of your first live stream this morning at 4 a.m. before work. Very interesting. Don't even remember what I talked about. Probably a lot about burpees, right? So I hope, man, Jacob, especially you, I hope you're not going to be disappointed in me. But burpees might be taking a back seat for a while. I'm still going to try to do them every day. I got a 1,000+ day streak of doing burpees every day. I'm going to try to take a dive back into kettlebell sport, something that I last practiced 2009 before I became an ultra runner for 11 years. But we're going to see if I can make a comeback. Crabs versus Skittles. Thank you, Nightmare. Runner Boy says crabs always win. So far they have, but we'll see. We shall see. Confident says I'm going to stay on be confident, not be confident. Two for now. Gotcha. Nightmare says this is a hard choice. I knew it was going to be a hard choice for Nightmare. I didn't think it would be hard for Runner Boy, who is it's all about crabs. It might be different if it was crabs versus M&Ms, but M&Ms lost to Skittles. Again, why are we having this conversation? Because it's completely ridiculous. That's why we're having the conversation. If you are unafraid to be ridiculous, you're absolutely free. You're liberated. Might even say you're enlightened. Think of Osho, the most ridiculous guru in the world. Be Confident says, the first guy in your live stream was someone named Chris Curdle or something. Probably Chris Crable, who still pops in on occasion. Speaking of legends, Chris, I didn't know he was the first one. That's awesome. If I see him recently, I'm going to remind him of that. When you watch the let's see. I saw when I watched the replay. Don't like Skittles. I don't even know the last time I had a Skittle. Maybe I was 11. It's not a candy that, like they make vegan M&Ms. And if I had an urge for them, which I don't, and I won't, I would go out and get some vegan M&Ms. But Skittles, I can't even imagine why I would want a Skittle. It's not, an M&M is actual food. Meaning, chocolate, not 100% great for you, but it's a food. Hard candy shell, I believe that is, actually, it's a nutritional cornerstone in our diets. There is a daily recommendation for a hard candy shell. Everyone knows that. So you learn it in nutritional school. So we're getting the things are being stacked against us, by the way. RB Game is here. Who could that be? RB Games. I wonder if our friend Runner Boy actually knows who RB Games could be. So I'm with you on that. Be confident. I don't like Skittles either. Nightmare says, we love being ridiculous. Yes, we do. RB Game says, I do not think we should vote crabs, but that's my humble opinion. I do think. Hey, Gregory. Gregory, how are you? You know, the great Sufi poet, Rumi, said that sell your cleverness for bewilderment. And we could say bewilderment is just another way of saying ridiculousness. It was Nightmare who said we love being ridiculous. We do love being ridiculous. Sell your cleverness for bewilderment. Bewilderment is another word for ridiculousness, which means be open, willing to laugh at absolutely everything. Find the humor in every situation. I'm not talking about the humor of, knee slapping, big belly laugh, but that life is, who was it? Jean-Paul Sartre. He said an entire book on absurdity. Life is absurd. The only logical response to absurdity is laughter. Which makes sense to me. Nightmare says, crabs have won me over. Sorry, Skittles. I will always love you. I don't know if it works that way. Jace says the vote is rigged. The vote is rigged. I'm not going to say there's going to be. I'm not going to say that there's going to be a riot afterwards. Gone says, hi RB Games, my unsuspicious friend who I just met. So guys, you honestly don't think that this is rigged? Gone says, I'm Runner Boy's mod. I didn't think Runner Boy had any mods. The only reason I think that is because I've known Runner Boy for maybe a year now or so, and I go on every live stream that I can, and it's never been, he was one of the first people that I gave a mod to. I'm not saying that he should extend the same favor to me. I'm just saying that, I just naturally assumed, because I was never made a mod, that he didn't have mods. It's all I'm saying. Let's see. Confidence said, I'm afraid to look. 13 votes. Man, overwhelmingly for scabs in a rigged election. Confidence says, done. Thank you for that. Jace said, oh, sorry. Jacob says, Brother Jace's going to go live here soon. Awesome. Thank you for that, Jacob. This is a influence vote, more scandal than politics here. I agree, Jace. Jace, when you go live, I hope you call attention to the scandal that is taking place on this live stream. That it's literally being taken from me in this very moment. I'm questioning the integrity of my own live stream. So please use your platform to bring justice to my live stream, my friend. Lover Toy Pops, how are you? Feel free to vote, even though voting at this point doesn't matter. But I knew it was going to be stacked against me in the beginning. I'll be honest with you. Once wombats and oysters were eliminated from it, it doesn't matter to me anymore. You know what? Next in the poll, I'm going to have to introduce possums into the mix, into the next poll. Because for one live stream, our good friend Toy Pups said, oh, just a yogi. I think she might have said just a guy in his basement. Just a guy in his basement doing burpees. Just a guy in his basement burping, I think was what she originally said. She said he's possum. Pawsome. Possum, which is a wonderful compliment. But, you know, I'm old. The way I heard it was she said, oh, he's a possum. Which is a great compliment as well. So anytime she comes in and she says that, I think possum. So we might have to introduce possum into the mix. They might be the one who takes crabs off the chart completely. Let's see, Confidence says, I never thought politics of an offense to me personally, but I stay away from them because I like to agree with everything. I have my own politics. I've mentioned before, I am not interested in anyone else's politics. If you're voting for someone, I assume you have your reasons. Who am I to talk you out of your reasons? I live my life as an example of what I want to be. And I will grant everyone that same freedom. Does your candidate reflect, whoever that might be, do they reflect the character you wish your children would have? That you wish in your highest state you would have? Does that person, whoever, represent the highest value? I mean, you could say none of them do, which is fair, but which one does more? For me, like I said, my politics is a politics of kindness, a politics of love, so that's what's reflective. For me, everyone makes up their own. Naima says 14 votes, 10 viewers. I'm not saying anything. Exactly. So I generally be confident. I agree with you. Toy Pup says, can't stay, starting my boot camp class soon. Love you guys. Love you, hosts. Love you too, my friend. Thank you for coming in. And Jacob, thank you for dropping that link. Let me have Jace up to see when he's going to get ready to go live. He's going to go live at 1:30. Have you guys had the opportunity? I know most of you have, but if we get anyone new pop in, have you had the opportunity to watch Jace? Here's the best thing to do. Watch Jace when he goes live, in a new video. See what kind of shape he's in. Then go back, what is it, 24 weeks, Jace? 25 weeks now? And watch the first video and see what shape he was in then. And then marvel at the transformation Jace has made through a very simple yet comprehensive routine that he put together himself. Absolutely amazing. Even more amazing, you can do it. He shows you how. Step 1, step 2, step 3. And he's not finished. I don't even know in what state, of what number we're on. Maybe infinite. Maybe Jace will just keep making improvements. Let's see. Ruthless Rhythm says, bro? Let's see. So, Ruthless Rhythm. It takes me a while to get down to every comment because I ramble. I ramble on. You have stumbled upon a channel of an old guy. And when you reach a certain age in life, you are granted the privilege of rambling on and making no sense whatsoever. So here I am. Welcome to the live stream. Hey, Skeeter. Skeeter, how was the fishing yesterday? I think he might have replied this morning, but I might have missed it. Conference says a fall in between both. I'll just say that. Gotcha. Miss Flipper says, Phew, I am familiar with possums. They're actually pretty amazing. I've read somewhere about how many mosquitoes they can eat in a night. Jay says, I well may mention it. There he is. The amazing Jace. Let's say hi. Also, let's share him out. So the link is right up above. If you guys want to run over, or you can stay. It's an amazing workout. And he always ends with a positive and loving message. So at the very least, head on over, hit the thumbs up for him, and leave a comment. Let him know.
Eric, thank you kindly, sir. Left hand, put it up nice and high. Stretching point.
That is our friend Jace. Let's see, Confidence says, because both sides to me have different views. I love. Gotcha. Hey, Odom. Brenda Boy says, I recommend voting Crab. Odom says, hey to Jacob. So it seems that our friend Ruthless Rhythm thinks this is crazy. Patience, my friend. 18 votes. But it's still not even close. Miss Flipper says, hi to be confident. Odom says, hello to Ruthless Rhythm. There you go. You got a hello. Confidence says, hi Flip, it's up to you. This Flipper says, thank you, BC. Running Boy says, I think someone else is rigging the vote right now. Didn't matter, man. You set it in motion. Skeeter says, going live tonight around 6 p.m. Eastern, Pennsylvania, catfishing. Awesome. So that'll be about an hour earlier. I like that 6 a.m. Gives me a little more time to come in and say hi and hang out with you guys. Skeeter says, all new lines on all 3 polls. Ready for tonight. Nice. One Boy says, Crab's making a comeback. Confidence says, yep. King of the World, hi everyone. I'm absolutely not second account rigging the vote for Skittle. That's good to know. I appreciate you coming in with assurance that you are not here for any nefarious reasons. And yes, the only reason months ago, I started doing the polls was so that eventually I could use the word nefarious. And there it was. I dropped it. I could end the live. I could stop live streaming. I could actually end my channel right now because I managed to use the word nefarious in a live stream conversation. Thank you for that opportunity, Runner Boy. Confidence is 22 votes. Let's see. Miss Smith says double yep. Confidence says I don't vote Skittles. I gotta go with Skittles because you know what? Crabs. But I like crabs as a species. They're okay. I mean, they're obviously not as good as lobsters. If we were talking like a, UFC style match, obviously lobsters would win. 23 votes. 23 votes. I've only gotten 16 thumbs up, and crabs versus Skittles have gotten 23 votes. How how ridiculous and slightly hurtful is that?
It's Mike.
So have you guys stopped in to say hi?
Zaka Baggy. I'm not sure what that means, my friend. Howdy. Hello. Welcome in. I'm good, thank you.
Stopped in to say hi to Jace. Miss Flipper says, I don't vote Skittles either. Understandable. Boy says, guys, vote Skittles. Confidence says yes. 24 now. That's crazy. But things are tightening up. It's getting exciting. This is like November 2nd. Boy says, I don't know, Yogi, have you seen the Kodiak crab? I have seen the Kodiak crab. But have you seen the Baltic Sea lobster? The most fierce creature I've ever made up. It's been said that the Baltic Sea lobster has dark and mysterious superpowers brought back by the pH balance of the Baltic Sea. The best part of this conversation, the best part of the live stream, when again it gets completely ridiculous, well, the fact that I think almost everyone has left the conversation, but it does give us a chance to see how completely ridiculous we can actually get, which is pretty darn ridiculous. Let's see. So our friend Ruthless Rhythm has been here before. Always nice of you to make an appearance, my friend. One boy says, Ruth, the guy from last night. Yep. But this time with all new material. Except for being the exact same thing that he said yesterday. Let's see. Skittles are not doing too well. Confidence says it's the same person with that same ugly sentence. You know what? This is an opportunity for. This is what I was originally going to talk about, until Nightmare reminded me that I said I was going to do a poll. This is from, I mentioned, taking an intuitive approach to reading the text of A Course in Miracles. Each morning, I just let my fingers, my eyes find exactly what I need to read. Sometimes it draws me in to read the entire chapter over a course of however long it takes me. Because sometimes I like to stop and let that message sink in for a number of days. And actually today I started reading chapter 30. And that's what I was going to talk about. I still might later. But it was something else entirely. As I was getting ready to close the book, and I came upon chapter 12, section 1. Every loving thought is true. Every loving thought is true. Everything else is an appeal for healing and help, regardless of the form it takes. How apt is that for our every single live stream? Every loving thought that we have towards another, towards ourselves, towards whoever comes in, is true. Every single loving thought we've ever had. Everything else is an appeal for healing and help. No exceptions. So when people come in and they think, or we think, how rude, or how dare they, or whatever, that's everything else. On our end, we see that as an appeal for help, for healing. On their end, they're so mirrored, um, in their own self-belief of being a small, separate entity, an ego. They don't even realize that there's a cry for help going on, that literally what they are doing, any unloving thought, is an appeal for help. So what do we do? If you were out front walking your dog, waiting for your dog to do what dogs do when they're outside, and someone stopped by to ask you for directions, would you send them on their way and say, I don't give directions? How dare you? Can't you see I'm busy? Or would you extend help? That's our opportunity. No exceptions. Does that mean everyone stays in every live stream, every conversation? No. Because we are on YouTube, because sometimes we have younger people hang out on the channel, we do got to set some boundaries. We don't talk about drugs. We never get sexually explicit. There's no reason to on a live stream that is about kindness and ridiculousness. So we set those boundaries. But if everyone comes in, if we just remind ourselves, it's an appeal for help, an appeal for healing, then what do we do? Runner Boy says account made 16 minutes ago. Maybe he was just waiting for the perfect opportunity on YouTube. He happened to see the poll, the vote, the opportunity to vote, and he's like, I gotta hurry up and create an account and get here so I can vote for Skittles, obviously. Let's see. Jacob drops weight for Body Weight Beast. Man, you know what? I appreciate you dropping his channel a while back, because I've been spending some time there. What a great channel. What a great guy. Confidence says Yogi has a great sense of style. You have, and I love Yogi's live streams. Thank you. The style is debatable. Nightmare says, Eric, can you say this quickly? Fred, Ted, bread. Nope, I can't. But I tried. I'm not even sure I could say it slowly. Fred, Ted, bread, and Ted fed Fred bread. That's about the, that's probably the best I can do. Let's see. I'm not Ruthless Rhythm says, hi, I'm not Ruthless Rhythm. Well, thank you for clearing that up, because for a second I thought this is clearly Ruthless Rhythm. But now we know. Jacob drops Buddha's link. Thank you for that, Jacob. Buddha is a wonderful friend of the channel. And you know what? Buddha is a wonderful friend of so many channels. As is Jacob. I still can't believe I've gotten more votes in a poll about Skittles versus crabs than I've gotten thumbs up on the live stream. Miss Flipper says, Nightmare, Betty brought a bit of butter, but the butter Betty brought was bitter, so Betty brought a bit of better butter, to make the bitter butter better. All right, Nightmare, it's time to put your YouTube channel to good use. I want a video. I want a YouTube short of you saying that. Hey, Sabine. Sabine says, hello and good evening from Switzerland. How are you, my friend? Nightmare's laughing. So what do you say, Nightmare? Are we going to get a video? Nightmare's in Scotland, so it's going to be done with a Scottish brogue. Sweet says, hello, Yogi Eric in chat. Hope you're all doing fine. We are doing fine. We're being there's no way getting the live stream back on track. It ran off the rails a while back, and now we're riding it for all it's worth. We're literally seeing how absolutely ridiculous we can be. Boy says, I think it's from people swiping through the lives and just voting and leaving. So I don't mind, except the fact that you're voting wrongly. If you come in to vote, hit the thumbs up. Miss Flipper says, hey, neighbor, Sabine, sort of close enough. Switzerland and Italy are basically neighbors, right? There's nothing, they share a border. Sabine says, I am good, a bit tired, but good. I was in an upside down yoga position this morning at about 3 a.m. After a half hour of meditation, breath work and then meditation. And I was in my yoga postures, my asanas. I was upside down in one, and my cat chased a mouse. I've only seen a mouse in this house. I'm not doing another rhyme. I've only seen a mouse in this house one other time ever, and that was years and years and years ago. I was talking about mice before, and it caused me to crash from my yoga position. And amazingly, the day is still going pretty well. That's a harsh way to start the day, upside down and a cat chasing a mouse around you. But hey, it turned out okay, because I'm here now talking with you guys. Never know, never judge how your day starts with how it's going to turn out. Better yet, never judge your day. We are not in a position to know the mystery that's unfolding by all that's happening. It's not for us to know everything. The intricate connections of all things, everything playing out, and where it's going to lead to. Be open to the mystery. Nightmare says, Eric, the Scotsman, I can barely speak English. You speak the Queen's English, if the Queen was still Mary, Queen of Scots. Just thought I'd show off a little historic stuff there. Sween says, hi neighbor, Miss Flipper. Weldon Carrier says, hey Eric, hey Weld, how are you? How you doing, my friend? You know, I was talking about great live streamers. If you go look at Weldon Carey, you're going to be impressed. Fantastic live streamer. Jacob drops Sabine's link as well as Weldon Carey. Miss Flipper says, Irish Cement has a great country song, Let the Mystery Be. I'm going to look that up after the live stream. So the plan for me is to, at least as of now, to make an hour for the live stream. So about 11 more minutes. We'll close the poll in just another minute. If anyone hasn't voted, now's the opportunity to help switch things around. Seems to me an impossibility that crabs are going to win another poll. But I think once they eventually go up against possums, everything's going to change. Runner Boy says it's very close. It was a little close there for a bit. Back to the quote. We're going to say it one more time. Every loving thought is true. Everything else is an appeal for healing and help, regardless of the form it takes. I love regardless, because we always want to introduce a exception. We always want to say, but what about? What about if this person? What about if it really hurt? What about this? But the Course itself is uncompromising. It says regardless, no exceptions. Every loving thought that we have, every loving thought that someone else has, that is true. And what is true, meaning the opposite of true isn't false. There really is no opposite of true. You can't have an opposite. To say that false is the opposite of true is to give it a substance that it just doesn't have. You only have what's true, and then you have an illusion. So everything else is an appeal for healing and help, meaning people are reaching out from that illusion for a sense of reality. Our job, our only job, is to help people return to love. I love how Ram Dass put it when he was asked, what's the purpose of life? And everyone thought he was going to give this most incredible yogic answer. And it was very simple. We're just walking each other home. Nightmare says, your vote counts. It does count. But soon it's going to end. So, how do you make an exception on YouTube? People come in, we label them as trolls, or we don't like what they're saying, and we don't like how they say it. We make an exception. We say, well, obviously it's an appeal for help. It's an unloving thought. They're asking for healing, but not here. I'd rather not deal with it. It can be as easy as silently wishing that person love. Even if you time them out. Even if you ban them. It still is an opportunity for us to be us. For us to be who we are. Do we extend love even if it's silently? Even if we silently send them love as we click the delete button. Not an actual button. So I sort of urge people on the live streams, think of it all as an opportunity. Opportunity to practice. We can practice patience, we can practice kindness, we can practice compassion, and we can recognize that only our loving thoughts are real. Wetback says, what's up, brother? Hey, Wetback, my friend, how are you? How you doing? Running Boy says, your vote matters, make a change, and vote for what is right. Crab? Makes me wonder, is there anything that Running Boy would vote over for crabs? Is there anything that he would think, you know what, I love crabs? One of the interesting things about this particular poll was, well, I guess Running Boy was more of an M&M's person. Even though he's having a hard time, he's young, he works out, he runs, and he can't eat a quarter pound of M&Ms in a single setting. I don't know what's up with that. Ginger says, where are the crabs at? The crabs are doing good. Miss Whip says, crab landslide. It is a landslide. But you know what? I think Wetback and Ginger are here to set things right. Wetback says, something I don't think about much is how bad it really is. It can be crippling. Wetback, it is. It really is. But if you were to dive into the nature of fear, you might find that what is crippling you is actually not part of reality. almost the entirety of fear, psychological fear. I'm not talking about the fear of a wild animal and face to face with a grizzly bear, or the fear of sharks, or the fear of 90%, 99% of all fear. The fear that we have in our head is based upon a thought. It doesn't have any substance to it. It has no reality. We're projecting in the future what might happen. Chances are it might not. But right now in this moment, we have a way of circumnavigating. Again, I get to use the word circumnavigate. We get that opportunity to circumnavigate what might happen just through awareness. So fear, very briefly, can serve a purpose. But if we stay mirrored in fear, if we stay immersed in fear, then it becomes psychologically, as you mentioned, psychologically damaging. Course in Miracles says, only love is real. And the opposite of love is fear. However, what is all-encompassing truly has no opposite, meaning fear is an illusion. If you see a bear in the wild, if you see a grizzly bear in the wild, you have that instantaneous reaction. It's not really fear, because you have to react too quickly for fear to set in. If you go out in the woods and you start thinking, man, I hope I don't see a grizzly bear, now you're experiencing fear. See the difference? That subtle psychological trick that we play with ourselves, we play on ourselves. Let's see, Speed says, what? Who can eat a whole bag of M&Ms? They are my favorite. Once. Well, Runner Boy has been attempting. It's taken him about 2 weeks to eat an entire bag of, quarter-pound bag of M&Ms. I hate calling him out, putting him on the spot like that, highlighting an obvious deficiency. Live by the crowd, die by the claw. Nightmare says, sending people love as you time them out is wild. How about sending people love all the time, regardless? I was in a courtroom in 2012 getting divorced. Last thing that I wanted. And the entire time, sending my wife love, sending myself love, loving myself through this. And that was a lot. That was tough because I didn't want to get divorced. I didn't feel that I should be divorced. And I also didn't feel like I was good enough not to be divorced. So to love myself through that was a difficult practice. But I had no other choice because I knew if I went down that rabbit hole, it would lead me to places I didn't want to be emotionally. Turns out, after the divorce, my then ex-wife and I, or my newly ex-wife, went out to dinner. And we talked. And then we picked up life almost exactly where it left off. Through all kinds of ins and outs. And now, 10, 12 years later? Today's actually my wedding anniversary. 2003. We got married officially at a courthouse, and then we had a wedding in April ceremony. And we've been together, different ways, different forms, ins and outs. I think the only way we could manage that was because we continuously sent love to each other through every change, every possibility. You can do that in anything in your life. Anything. Hey, Austin, my friend, how are you? Let's see. Everyone's saying hi. Hey, Kayla, how are you? Crab bites, that's a fear. It's a legitimate fear. I can't have a credible argument against that. That is a legitimate fear. Kayla says, good morning. Good morning to you, my friend. Bornabus says, that's so close. Why did I say that? It is. It's getting a little closer. Sabine says, "No, really, I ate a whole bag of M&Ms one evening in front of a good movie." Well, man, they are addictive. It's hard not to keep eating M&Ms. Austin says, "How you doing today?" I'm doing good, Austin. How about you? We're gonna end the poll in just a minute. Much to Runner Boy's relief. Runner Boy says, "Austin or Skittles won a close win." Vote Skittles won a close win. Let's see. Wetback says, "Thanks, brother. You're very wise." Um, let's say I'm very old. That I've been through, you know, been through stuff. Divorce is, man, even if it's on great terms, I wish it upon no one. It can be devastating. Caregiving for my mom through a long and slow decline in Alzheimer's, um, watching her lose a bit of herself every day, moment by moment sometimes. Um, Again, life changing. Caregiving for my father in his final years, holding his hand the moment that he passed away. Um, Again, it just something in you is changed. It's devastating. However, sometimes we need to be devastated. We need to be shaken to the core on the surface. Shaken to the core so that we can see um, the stuff that's happening on the surface isn't where our focus should be. Everything on the surface is always going to change. We're all, I'm sorry to say this, we're all going to lose a loved one sooner or later if you haven't already. But that's on the surface because the love never changes. The love itself, the reality of love, never changes. It stays, it's constant forever. Who you are is love. Who you love is love. If that's the unchanging reality, do you ever really truly lose anything? At least deep down. But if you bring your awareness to the core, if you bring your awareness to the deep down, you get this unshakable faith that things are just okay. Okay isn't bad. Sometimes we want that, eternal sunshine of the spotless mind, right? Um, but okay means that we'll survive. We'll survive the surface because at our core we are absolute love, and absolute love is absolute joy, unshakable. Can't be altered. Speed says divorce is devastating even on good terms, and you still have a feeling for the person you once married. I agree, Sabine. I absolutely agree. But again, 12 years after my divorce, um, and the person that I have in my life, my significant other, the one who has been with me every step, through every loss, through every change, through every devastation, has been my now ex-wife. But more rightly said, she isn't an ex anything. Hey, Timo. Ex-wife is just a label. Of course, wife is just a label. Husband is just a label. What matters is that connection. And that connection between myself and Mocha was never severed. Jacob drops the link for Optimob. Thank you, Jacob. Optimob says, Caleb Bill. Ginger says, I say to my kids, if you don't have a laugh left in you, your soul dies. If you don't smile, you're sad for a moment, but it's a start with a smile. But it starts with a smile. Absolutely. That's been the whole nature of this live stream was just one continuous smile. Appreciate you guys hitting the thumbs up. Thank you. Let's see. Smith says, hi to Ginger. And yep, that's true. All right, here goes. We're going to end the poll. Fairly close. We've had closer. Crabs end up winning again. We'll see how long this streak can last. All right, and I think we're going to say goodbye for the afternoon. I'll be back later today. If you guys think of something else, if you think of something that you think might take Crabs down once and for all to end the streak, let me know and we'll introduce that. Runner Boy says it was inevitable, but only for now. Only for now. Let's see. Ginger says, so if it takes an inappropriate joke to make them laugh, that made your day. Very often, yeah. Very often it does. I don't mind inappropriate jokes. However, we do get a mixed audience here. Crowd, participation. So I try to keep everything in mind. Optimob says, Eric, the glass is half full. Only 250,000 subs away from 100K. Only. Just a bit. But one subscriber at a time. Are you guys subscribed to Optimob? Because if you're not subscribed, you could be the one that makes it 249,000 subscribers away. Let's see. Mir, how are you, my friend? Optimob says community. Absolutely. That's how we do it. Sabine says, take care, Yogi Eric, and everyone. Have a great afternoon. Bye. Take care, Sabine. Thank you. Mir says, Timo, bro, stay blessed, man. Austin says, Sabine, you just made my list of videos. Hey, Austin, you haven't done Runner Boy yet. Runner Boy says, my eyes are too pure for those jokes, Ginger. He is innocent. Optimob says, laughing. Only you got it, Eric. I like to think that I'm on, my humor is on the same wavelength as Timo. Bodyweight Beast Fitness says, hope you're having a blessed day. Thank you, my friend. Hey, Jacob had dropped your link earlier in the live stream, and I was mentioning how much I enjoy visiting your channel. Man, Bodyweight Beast is definitely an apt description. Mir says, Timo is great. He is great. Great sense of humor, great YouTube content creator, and a great friend. All in one. Junior says, yes, you have to be appropriate with an inappropriate storyline. Absolutely. That was incredibly well said. Insightful. Mir says, so Yogi, Friend Circle is now 4 live streams. Who do we got up? I know Jace. Jace is done. I see. So who else do we have? We got Stuart the Fish Whisperer. We got Holistic Rambo. I want to go in and check him out. You guys, he started out as Ram's Fitness. Then it was Rambo's Fitness. Holistic Rambo, Mind Body Fitness. I like this one. They are all live. We'll see who else. I'm gonna go check out, hang out with Stuart, as well as pop in and say hi to our friend Ram. All my body weight training friends, Holistic Rambo, check him out. You're really gonna enjoy. He knows how to program. Amazing. Optimob says, absolutely, Eric. Our humor, definitely. Timo says, thank you to Mir. Mir says, 2Cap, 20 watching, Jace 23, Mir 14 watching, and Sir Yogi, also 9. Let's total near 100. Nice. That's awesome. I didn't see 2Cap. I'm gonna make sure I check him out too. And I shared you out right from the start, Mir. Ginger says, to see Yogi laugh makes me laugh. Well, thank you for that. And you guys definitely make me laugh. Ginger, you definitely make me laugh. Let's see. Bodyweight Based Fitness says, Jacob is an awesome person, and I'm slowly building my channel playlists for people to follow along. So, give me 1 second, guys. I just made Bodyweight Beast Fitness a moderator, so you can click and subscribe. Make sure you connect. Miss Flipper is ski-daddling. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here, being a friend. And third, thank you for giving me the opportunity to say ski-daddling on a live stream. Don't know if I will ever have that opportunity again, so I appreciate it now. Let's see. Mir says that's a blessing of Sir Yogi. It certainly is a blessing for all of us, isn't it? To teach us to support each other. Mir says, Sir Yogi, have a very humbly. Thank you, my friend. Mir says, hey to Ginger. Ginger says, so who won the crabs? The crabs won. They won handedly. Disappointingly, but handedly. Ginger says hi to Mir. Bodyweight says, thank you. You're welcome, my friend. Just it makes it easier for you. For one, you can click on people and you can subscribe to them. Let them know that, you know, you saw them over here, that you're there to support. Gives them the option to support you in return. As well, it gives people here an opportunity to click on your link and visit you. Ginger says, my favorite saying is onward, forward. It's a great saying. It's a valuable thought. Optimob says, welcome Bodyweight Beast Fitness. Thank you for that. Welcome, Timo. Ginger says, yep, Team Crab for now. We'll see what happens when possums are introduced into the mix. I think possums might be a game changer, but it's going to be at least another 1 or 2 live streams of me building possums up to the level that was once held, to the esteem that once belonged to wombats. But wombats, unfortunately, have fallen by the wayside. Optima says, the best way is leave a comment underneath the video on the other channel. It is, because it helps that person out so much. It helps gain algorithm attention, which is key. All right, guys. So we're going to shut things down for the afternoon. I'll be back this evening about 5:20, maybe with another poll. We'll see. I do want to check out all of our friends who are doing some live streams. Stuart the Fish Whisperer, Rambo Fitness, guys, go visit. Bodyweight says, thanks for the tip, Opt. And hey, Roger, how are you? Roger says, hello, friends. Just finished the workout with Jace. Nice. That's the way to do it. Putting in the reps with Jace. No one does it better. Mira says, hey, Roger, bro. Timo says, see you later. But I think we will sleep in Switzerland. It's now 8:15. I appreciate you being here now, my friend. Thank you. Timo says, hey to Roger. Mira says, how's your health, buddy? I hope you're feeling better, Roger. I hope you are on the mend, making a full recovery. Roger says, all good. I will try to get on you later. Thank you, Roger. Again, I'll be here like 3 hours or so. So, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me. I appreciate you having fun. Most importantly, I appreciate you putting up with me. I know that wasn't easy. So thanks. Optimov says, okay, take care. Take care, guys.